Hi, we're Sports Team, and this is Hive magazine.
Hello everyone for Hive magazine. My name is Alfie Clark, and today I'm joined by Alex and Rob from Sports Team. How are we doing, lads?
Yeah, very good, thanks. Just played the set, amazing. Happy to be back in Leeds. Had to meet lots of old friends as well from previous labels. We've seen Hard Life, Yard Act, Sigrid. It's an absolute procession. It's great.
Fantastic, lads. So obviously, you just had a new album come out yesterday.
Yeah.
What's the reception been like so far? Any early reception?
Yeah, it's been incredible. It's been really nice to see. Sort of like, I guess the critical side of it's always nice. Like very critically acclaimed, I'd say. People saying Mercury Prize nod already, which is.
Oh wow!
I've heard that said as well. Yeah. I think it's probably the best stuff we've done. I think compared to some of the other stuff we've done, which is a bit like shouty and post-punk, it's probably the most listenable stuff. But it's the stuff you could show your mum and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, they're actually quite good."
Yeah, it's a decent. Do you have a favourite track initially from the record? Is the one that like you are sort of thinking like, yeah, this is some of the best we've done.
I think vocally, I think Planned Obsolescence really hits somewhere that most of the record doesn't. I think that's the one song I sing, so I'm very sort of partial to it. But yeah, that's my favourite, I'd say.
I quite like Head to Space because it's so crazy. It's like such an insane structure of a song. So it kind of goes everywhere and it's quick and it feels like you kind of you've like had a workout by the time you finish it. I like that song.
Nice one, man. Yeah, I want to touch on the artwork for the album. I don't think many people really pick up on this stuff. Obviously, it's really just cool, like oil painting kind of thing. Was that an existing image, or did you just work with an artist on that?
I did that in my kitchen.
No way!
Yeah,
did you actually?
Yeah, I did.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Any story behind that? Yeah. Any story behind that?
What's that?
Any story behind that image? Like, was there a reason?
I think we were just sort of. I was very into Subarus at that point. I think in the writing process. So our pianist Ben's actually a very good artist. He sort of paints more in oils, does kind of bigger pieces. Kind of. He's more like a classically trained artist, I guess. So in the flat, he's got a little studio set up and does sort of massive canvases. Sort of, I'm not sure if you can see this wall behind us, but probably about that big, and we'll do real kind of detailed, beautiful things.
Wow. Murals, a lot of murals as well. He'll do.
Yeah,
he loves that.
But yeah, so it was the first one I got to do. It was exciting. But thank you for saying that. Really
no, you're very welcome, mate. Obviously, you have such like a unique music style, as you mentioned, Alex. It's a little bit different to what he's been doing in the past. This album. How meticulous is that made the recording process, adding all these different elements and instruments into the mix and making sure they actually fit in with the eventual final product?
Well, I think having a different producer made a massive difference to us. I think in the past, like probably our mindset and our producer's mindset as well had been very, you kind of have to play the take live or it's cheating, you kind of from a very kind of pure, quite guitar-led place. We went in, so we recorded this one in Bergen, and obviously in Scandinavia they've got quite a different approach, like a more poppy approach. So we have a guy called Matthias Tellez, who he just put out the CMAT album at the time, and he did Girl in Red as well. So he came at it from a very like studio-led place, I would say. And so I think it was the first time we felt like we could go into a studio and record songs that like we weren't really able to play live, to like make an actual studio record, and I think he helped us to do that a lot. So yeah, it felt a very different recording experience. And so it was very like, get the basics done very quick. It was like, okay, you can't sing in tune, no dramas, I'll edit the notes. Okay, so we got all that settled, and then you can just kind of try and add stuff on the top, like experiment with things and things like that. Yeah.
Because obviously there's loads of like different, like some what people would call strange instruments in the mix. There's the horns in the intro. You got the strings in Sensible as well. Like how was that tricky trying to fit them in? Was that more just like get the bass in and then?
I think it's the kind of sound we've always liked and have maybe never quite been confident enough to try and make ourselves. Like we've always listened to that kind of sort of 80s style music, like Brian Ferry and people like that. And I think kind of now we're maybe a little bit older. Now we kind of are a band that's like 30 years old. It's like, okay, it doesn't have to be like pub rock round the world anymore. And it was kind of became a bit more complex, but like, I like that style of sound in the sense that it's like it just feels bigger. I feel like what we've always kind of set ourselves out to do has been there are bands that copy the Strokes, and then there are bands that try and do like a more maximalist thing and like be hedonistic, and like the sound is kind of rich and big. And I think that's kind of what we've always wanted to convey with like the image and everything around the band.
So what does this mark for Sports Team, and what sort of flag is this in the mountain of success for you lads? Where does this sort of stand as an album?
It's hard to know. I think this is the one you can probably show your mum. But like we're still kind of playing the hits. Like we're still like today we're obviously still playing like Here's the Thing, Camel Crew and stuff like that. So I think this is kind of the accessible one that sort of takes us into the next phase of being a bit more musical and trying to, because I think that's kind of where music is at the moment as well. I think that's what's appealing to people. You've got like bands like The Last Dinner Party and stuff like that, where it's like kind of like draped in meaning and like musicality and things like that, and it's not about sounding like lo-fi and taped and stuff like that anymore. So I think kind of like the mood of but what people want from music has changed, and people are a bit more open to hearing something that feels bigger.
Definitely. Obviously you got a new tour on the way as well for the new album. There's a lot of excitement around that. Obviously, a lot of big data in there going on in Europe, things like that. What's the whole vibe around the camp feeling about that?
Yeah, I mean, we're excited. Like, it's always a funny one, I think, for everyone when they record an album, because you record it quite a while ago. Like, we recorded this last January, so to actually like come out and play new songs that would like we actually finally getting the chance to play is kind of amazing. And like, we don't want to go around the world and do like the Deep Down Happy tour for the rest of our lives, you know. So it's like to actually play new songs that are going down really well, like playing like stuff like Maybe When We're 30 and Bang 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 and Subaru today, and actually seeing like a proper crowd reaction from it and kind of feeling more and more confident playing those live. I think it's great. I think he's really, really excited for it. And like, we're getting into Europe, a lot of places we haven't been for the first time. Holland, we're probably the most famous people in Holland. Like, whenever we go there, it's like, it's wild. It's literally like, they pick you up and put you on their shoulders and like carry you into their bars. Like, the music, whatever we're doing resonates there. Like, if we have a fan base anywhere, it's in Utrecht, you know?
Yeah. Aside from obviously, as you mentioned, the Netherlands, is there any other places that you're really excited to get down to? Is there any certain venues that you're really excited to play on this tour?
Yeah, well, so I'm not sure it's announced yet. Oh, it is. Oh, it's announced today,
wow.
actually. Okay, so
Exclusive.
we're doing a big, we're supporting Supergrass around the US, but we're playing Mexico for the first time with them, which we're really excited for, which would be unbelievable. Yeah, so that's in autumn as well.
Nice one, man. What are the standard antics like on a sports team tour? I don't know what you get up to off stage, on stage, anything after the shows. Like, what are sort of standard antics with the boys like? What
do we do after the show? Well, like, got after that.
I think we really enjoy. So Alex is sort of Camera. So that's something you're aware. You see Young for Camera. The campaign for the maintenance of real ale. Oh, yeah, so it's kind of like, I'd say we like to go to pubs that serve real ale and sort of make noises about their taps, or be like sort of talk to the bar lads.
That's where we're going, I think.
But I think, we're quite old boys now, so you kind of go and sit in a quiet boozer. It used to be like you go to the local club and you go picture and piano and stuff, you're kind of like, everything's a bit exciting. And now we're a bit older, we just go to a really quiet pub with the old boys and sit there and sort of have scampi fries.
Chat around with the owner and just get to know him.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
exactly. There's big stinky dog.
I think Yard Act are better and better every day, honestly. Like every real ale I have, the Yard Act's music becomes better for me. It really does. And like, I'm excited to see them tonight. Genuinely, and I never thought I'd say that. Like, I'm 30 years old, like, I'm a member of Camera, and I'm a big Yard Act fan. That's what we are now.
Do you have a good relationship with them lads?
They're nice. They're nice. Yeah, definitely. I think that's like the you do this festival circuit for long enough, you sort of see people around the place. It kind of feels like every single festival's now like a kind of old school reunion where everyone's getting greyer and greyer and older. But
I'd like to. We were saying we'd like to speak to Hard Life's Photoshop guy. I mean, like, their photos are great. They managed to like maintain a kind of fresh image, but you see them, it's like old men. They're like almost completely grey. They're like sort of faces like hanging down here. It's honestly like they're amazing. Whoever's doing their artwork and Photoshop is a talent.
I've got one more question for you lads. So I saw on your Instagram there was a massive event that was going on with you lot. I need to know, did anyone turn up to the Alex Race lookalike competition?
There's thousands of people. Thousands of people. I'm surprised you didn't see the news about Camden shutting down.
Yeah, it was that. That was before our forum show. It was unbelievable, honestly. Yeah. It was really nice. So we did it at the pub next door, and there were a lot of people who were absolutely convinced they were lookalikes. That, I don't know, it was a bit of an ego blow to me, I'd say. Yeah. But lovely to meet everyone. Yeah.
Today we had our keyboardist Ben. Is like a very distinct. Ben? He's quite distinctive looking. He's got a very sort of
stern pianist. That's his look.
Yeah. He's got a very unique look. But a guy came up today who looked exactly like him. Like if you trace their faces, it would have been the same. But it's always fun when you meet you meet a lookalike. It's lovely, and Alex has a lot of them.
Nice one, boys. Well, that is all we've got time for, guys. This has been Hive Magazine with
Rob,
Sports Team.
Alex, Sports Team.
Thank you very much.